here in Cincinnati, Ohio with Joe Mayer, the man who stripped his 2010 Volkswagen Golf.
It's kind of funny the lock still works, but yeah, not really much left on it. Pulled the front fenders off, the bumper off, the front fascia. Gonna probably keep the Volkswagen emblem as a souvenir. Obviously the TDI engine cover, that's probably going to be another souvenir. Left everything in the engine bay as is so that the vehicle is still operable. Didn't want to jeopardize my chances of them not buying it back or anything. So pulled the rear center caps because I had to take the rear wheels off, and my friend wanted them as a souvenir. Passenger seat was out, but I put that back in so we could go for a ride later. I did hit the courtesy to leave them the lug key in case they needed to take the wheels off.
So this only took you one night?
Yep. Started maybe 4 o'clock, and it was all torn back together, and I was back to my house like 1:30. Someone actually inquired about the headliner, and so I figured that would be a good thing to pull, and then I had to pull some other pieces to get that, and then figured while I'm in there, might as well pull the side curtain airbags, because those go for a pretty penny on eBay. Pulled the vents. I left the HVAC controls in just so that I can turn the heated seats on, which are still plugged in and still have heat, which I need right now. Here's most of the stuff. I left the doors, hatch, and hood at my friend's.
This is the rear bench here, looks like.
Airbags, everything, engine cover, souvenir. This toolbox here is everything you need to disassemble a Volkswagen. Plug your seat heater in for you.
Oh, wow.
It'll go for like a minute dinging. You ready to go for a drive?
Heck yeah.
Alright.
Do we need these goggles?
You're gonna want them.
So I don't suppose traction control is on at this point?
No. I actually accidentally broke the traction control on it, but I really wanted to not have traction control, so I just snipped an ABS wire.
You snipped the ABS wire to get a little extra wheel spin? How many functional buttons do we have in this thing?
The rear defroster, which works, but there's nothing to defrost back there. AC still works. Recirculating which I guess that was kind of work, but it's not much of a difference between the inside and outside right now.
Yeah. So how much faster does it feel than before?
When I can get traction, quite a bit. It feels like it's tuned or something, which it's not, but especially since it's cold, it just does a lot of wheel spin.
Holy cow! So when you first bought this car, you were pretty happy with it. I think you liked the car, and
this was the exact car that I wanted to get. I actually flew out to New York because it was the only black 6 as much as I can.
I'm about to drive a completely stripped Volkswagen Golf TDI. This will be fun. This thing is insane. It's insane. I've never driven a car as absurd as this in my entire life. And this thing feels really quick. Also, the shifter ball comes off in your hand every once in a while, which is something that takes some getting used to. That's what it's like to drive a completely stripped Volkswagen Golf Diesel. Thanks, Joe. Thanks a lot for having me. Let me drive.
Thanks for coming out and making the drive.
All right, now the only question remains, is Volkswagen going to take this thing?